Welcome to the Green API channel. This video explains how to receive notifications via Webhook endpoint technology. If you know how API operates, you can skip to the part of the video that interests you. All the time codes with descriptions are below the video. This technology allows you to receive notifications directly to your server. This means that the Green API server will make REST API requests to your server. This method is recommended for high-load integrations where the speed of processing incoming notifications is important. The security of your endpoints can be ensured at the firewall level by only allowing requests to your endpoint from the addresses specified in the documentation. Depending on your settings, our service creates a notification object when a new message is received, its status changes, or it is sent unsuccessfully. These objects are placed in a FIFO queue. This allows you to ensure that notifications are received in chronological order. The size of the queue is unlimited. Your notifications will not be lost, but the retention time of each object with a notification is 24 hours from the moment it arrives in the queue. There is no sharing of HTTP API and Webhook endpoint technologies. You can find all types of notifications on our website. We're developing the API and adding new notifications. Implement your integration exception handling for unknown notifications. This way you can add new functionality to your system and have no problems when upgrading the API to a new release. Let's try to understand how this works. When a notification is received, our system makes a REST request to the URL specified in the instance settings. It waits 20 seconds for a response. You need to receive the request, save it, and immediately give the response status code to 100. If you have not responded within this time, our server will pause for 1 minute and retry. This process will repeat until we receive status code 200. Let's configure instance to receive notifications. Let's go to the personal account. If you are using the Webhook endpoint technology, in the URL line of the instance settings, you'll need to specify the address of the server you want to request. You can find an example of our server request in the documentation. To receive notifications, you need to enable the type of notifications you are interested in your personal cabinet or via the Set Settings method. All notifications are disabled by default. The most common settings for receiving notifications are receiving notifications about incoming messages, the status of sent messages, and changes in account permissions. Please note that you need to keep track of the instance notification state webhook, and when you receive the unauthorized status, you need to request the status using the getState instance method. If you receive the not authorized confirmation, you should stop sending messages and inform the operator of the need to authorize the instance by scanning the code in your personal cabinet. I should also mention that we have libraries for working with API. Let's look at the example of receiving a webhook. Let's use the webhook site to check the sending of notifications. Go to the website and copy the link. Then specify it in the instance settings. Send a message to our number and we will receive a notification. I recommend creating an assistant to log incoming messages by ID and time. That way you can track your integration knowing exactly which messages were received from the API. The matching of messages to receive content can be done through the logs of incoming messages. If you have any questions or suggestions, please contact our support team.